Hi, I'm Yappo, and with me still is Kit.
Hello!
And welcome back to Mad Max. While we were gone last time, I went through and upgraded my harpoon. It's now level 3. And I got an ammo belt, so I don't know if you saw, but I can hold 2 shivs instead of 1, and I can hold a little extra shotgun ammo.
Well, the more neck stabbing you do in a game is always twice as fun now.
I will say words hard. The ammo belt upgrade is one of the most important in the game, I feel like, just because it speeds things along and it really reduces the tedium of trying to make sure your ammo's stocked to be able to do combat and stuff around.
Now, with your level 3 harpoon, this is the tire ripoff, isn't it? You can now...
Yes, I can now rip tires off of vehicles, which there's actually achievements for, because there's achievements for frickin' everything.
Way to start a video with just good old-fashioned car explosion.
Just run into everything.
It's a multi-frag right there.
So there are a few random encounter kind of things, quests around, and we're going to go talk to one of those guys, because he's just right here.
It looks like he's doing some either farming or archaeology, one of the two.
So there's a couple different kinds. This is one. Most of them are just like, hey, go talk to this person and they'll give you some scrap. There are a few mission ones, which I talk to off camera, I think, because they all just basically say the same things. But we'll be doing some of those, I think, in a couple videos. The missions don't give you scrap, they just give you Griffith tokens, which I'm not exactly hurting for at the moment, so...
You're always hurting for scrap, though.
Yes, which is why I try and talk to all of these guys as I get
This looks like a really precarious position here.
And, okay, there we go.
I don't know if that's just really smart AI there, or if it's just happen to be good RNG.
Just anytime they see you, they usually travel 1 or 2 together. Anytime they see you, they'll like pull over and chase you for a while. So that's the other thing harpoons can do, is you can pull off doors so you can then later shoot people or just pull the driver out.
It's not bad.
And for some reason, it only wants to target the guys in the back. Because if I get out, like 5 guys jump out of that car and attack me.
Yeah, that's what you need. It's just a gang-beating vehicle.
We'll rip the other door off just in case.
At this point, you're just making it lighter for them.
I totally forgot about this happening.
This looks like an absolute nightmare.
Luckily, you can just shoot guys off the hood. And the other nice thing is if you jump out of your car, a lot of the time, everyone else will just jump out of their car too. So you don't have to worry about dodging and trying to shoot them out or anything. You'll just be like, okay, I'll fight you out here, even though I have a perfectly good vehicle, I could just stay in and run you over.
So not so smart, yeah.
Yeah. So we gotta go get the shovel face to make the jack. So what we're doing here. Eventually, we will get some skills too that let us steal people's weapons and other stuff like that. But what were you gonna say?
This has just been action-packed so far.
It's a fairly action-packed game, if you're not trying to 100% it. Because there's dudes everywhere, and there's vehicles running around everywhere. And they will attack you at a moment's provocation.
It seems pretty nice. Like it's got a good balance so far.
So this is what most of the scavenging areas look like. They're just kind of small camps. They usually have a couple of enemies, and usually you have to run around trying to find stuff. Finish them out. So that is for a project. Eventually we will get to where we can build projects at the Stronghold. which give us a bunch of different bonuses. Things like refill our gas, refill our water, refill our food, refill our ammo, all that fun stuff. What am I even doing? Okay, there we go.
Seems like at the moment we're hurting for scrap. It'd be pretty beneficial to go wreck another one of those strongholds.
The strongholds are actually all, I think, all quest related.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we have to wait until we get the quests to go talk to him.
Oh, that's not good. So when you kind of do it like early Fable, where you could buy the real estate really early and just generate gold left and right.
No, you have to, because like I said, we saw the draw earlier that we had to. Oh yeah, here, yeah. Make sure you get scrap. Thanks, game. Thanks for telling me now.
You're just rubbing it in your face at this.
Although actually, our mission now is to go to our new stronghold. And I'm pretty sure that's where we're actually headed. I recorded this a little while ago. I'm not entirely sure what happens. I remember it being a pretty full video, but we'll see. Probably should have rewatched this, but off to meet Gutgash.
Sometimes you just gotta fly by the seat of your pants. I find that's the best way to do things.
Which, also, all the strongholds in this game have really, like, the leaders have really weird names, so slight spoilers, but we'll also end up meeting Pink Eye and Deep Frya.
Oh man.
Along with Jeet and Gutgash.
And water's pretty scarce here, so I can't imagine you're gonna be able to wash Pink Eye off you too easily.
I was like, how? I just need to pull this down. Okay, I guess not. So, out of the corner there, you saw a boat. So what you have to do to get to that one is ramp off the like boat hull and land on top of that little plateau, and then you can tear it down. This game is a fan of the ramps.
You know, it's one of those similarities to Borderlands. They were also a big fan of ramps, so maybe it's just like a post-apocalyptic thing.
And it's kind of weird because there's kind of this whole incestuous post-apocalyptic thing, because the original Mad Max movies inspired things like Fallout, inspired things like Wasteland, and all that sort of thing. And so now we've got a game based on a movie of what post-apocalyptic stuff has become that started off as this one. You know, it's weird.
Yeah.
This is weird, like, it just feeds upon itself and kind of keeps the same things going.
I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong. It seems like it's, like, very well done.
Yeah, I don't even know where the camp is here. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just driving. And apparently I killed all the perimeter defenses.
There you go.
I don't know how that happened. I assume they only had, like, one sniper and the guy just, like, accidentally fell off his tower or something.
Yeah, I've only seen one flash, and that was on the way over.
So I just kind of assumed that's what happened. I'm like, alright, that's fine. I'm good with that.
We're in Gutgash country. So watch your back, Saint. He's ruthless. Same as Jeet, but older and meaner. He camps in a hole laid out in
yeah,
the Great
Gutgash
White.
was
His clan were
a pirate. His people were pirates.
Slavers. They say
And they've
it
got
foretells
some
the
weird, like,
rising of the
pseudo-religious,
seas.
the sea will rise again.
Heavy plates of steel armor, grills.
The real southerners of Wasteland.
So you can see his big ship there. That's his stronghold. Just a big old, I think it's a tanker. It might be like a cargo ship or something, but that they've taken up residence in.
And one of many. Let's hope this one's nicer than the last one we were in.
Well, the last one we were in was fine until it got exploded.
Exactly. It's alright, a little bit dreary for my taste, but...
I will say, the thing I really dislike is, so Jeet's place, it's really easy to, like, get around to all of the different, like, upgrade stuff and, like, get around to talk to people, because it's just a big circle, basically, on the upper level, and that's it. Gutgash Stronghold has a lot of, like, stairwells and, like, random side rooms and things like that, and it's just a pain to navigate, and I can't ever remember what's where, so I end up going the wrong direction a lot.
I always hate when they do that. They've always got to put that one just like complete maze area in the game, and it's like a maze for no reason.
Also, this was a huge trap. They just leave the doors open and they're like, hey, look at all this cool stuff in here. And then you pull in and there's like 16 guys with guns.
I mean, it's a solid setup.
Who could forget that whimpering?
And by guns, I mean crossbows, because, you know, post-apocalyptia can't be wasting bullets.
Well, yeah.
Oh, dead a dozen times if you do, boy.
We've come to deal.
Nothing else. Gutgash.
So pitch me, little man, or I'll make a blood sport of your
I really actually kind of hate Gutgash.
He's no ordinary driver. This one, you said to me,
He's kind of a dick.
angel combustion.
It seems like it, but not in that fun way, you know?
Like, Jeet's kind of an asshole, but he's like, hey, you help me, I'll help you, whatever. This guy is just like a straight-up dick.
Destroyed. It's burned.
Exactly.
Everything I have is gone. Gone. I have nothing left. Please. This car needs healing. She does.
And Chum is always worried about the car.
Yes, and if
Well, he's got his priorities straight, you know? He had an aspiration. He wants to build these cars. He's going to do whatever it takes to get it done.
It's true. His motivation is so pure, too.
I mean, he's driven.
He just wants to make the best car he can in this world. Just a transcendent religious car.
You'll have one chance.
And provided you get him the scrap, he's all about it.
thanks. Thanks, me. Thanks, me.
Keep your hands where I can see 'em. Keep the deviant black finger.
So yeah, this is the main area of his base. It's nice that everyone always has a parking spot lined up for us when we get there. I feel like it's very welcoming of them.
I mean, you would assume, given your welcome initially, that that would not be the case.
Be like, yeah, just go park in the corner or something. Not this, oh, we've got this nice engine lift set up and, you know, a couple spots you can back in and not be on the sand the whole time.
Was that a new hood ornament that you're rocking there?
I believe so. I believe I've hit the point where I unlocked my free Rockstar hood ornaments. So one of them is like a giant Rockstar star, and the other one is like a skull with like 3 Rockstar cans in its mouth. Because, yeah, but I got it, and it helps the specs out on the vehicle, so
Well, there you go.
might as well use it. It's not the classiest looking thing, but we'll get some more later. Yeah, see? It's got a couple cans, you know.
It's looking good. You know, it's really the Rolls Royce of the Wasteland at the moment.
So we get our first armor now, which, if you read the text, is 5% protection. So we do all that for 5% protection. And
There's a lot of scrap for 5%.
And I have 36 scrap left. Hooray!
Consecrated corpus of the angel combustion. Your guys is
So now we unlock all the other Archangel builds as well. There's like 20 of them, I want to say.
It won't be complete until we get
With
the
different,
VA
just like
from
pre-made.
Gaston.
I know there's some that are like no defenses, nothing else, just as fast as possible. And I think there's some that are just like huge lumbering tanks and things like that. So I was gonna keep doing the mission, but guess what? Gutgash is an asshole.
It's locked. Outstanding.
Please. 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 Child.
But yeah, if it wasn't immediately clear that Gutgash is an asshole, he also keeps slaves and sells them. Doesn't really give a shit if they die.
I mean, he was a pirate.
Give it to me quickly. Come on. Just let me heal her pain, please.
Don't mess around with that stuff. Don't touch the merchandise.
Heal her pain with a fan.
So that's hope. We will actually end up meeting her a bit more later, but
I don't know if it's just some kind of weird, like, black magic witchcraft that she's trying to do here or what, but,
So, yeah, Gutgash won't even talk to us until we've reached a certain legend rank, which I already have, and until we completely dismantle a camp. So we're going to have to go do our first camp. And we drove by one on the way in, so we'll just go do that one. But yeah, he let us in, I guess, but he won't tell us anything else until we do clear a camp for him.
This is some kind of wasteland mafia nonsense right here.
Unlike Jeet, who was like, "Yeah, I guess I'll let you in if you pinky promise you'll actually, help me out here."
Yeah. Jeet was at least, somewhat accommodating. This guy's a little bit too high and mighty for my liking.
So we're off to do an oil transfer camp. There are 4 kinds of camps. There are oil pump camps, which we saw in one of the 2 intro videos. It's the first one we did. There are transfer camps, where you have to go through and destroy a bunch of tanks holding oil. I'm not really sure why you don't just, kill everyone and take them for yourselves, but there you go.
Right.
There are stank gum camps, which are basically just full of elite enemies, and your only goal is to kill all the elite enemies.
Yeah, what a name.
Stank gum?
Oh, yeah.
They also have a very vibrant blue and purple color scheme, so they're easy to spot. I like, too, that the little quest icon has a little lock on it from everywhere in the game. So
they really want you to know.
Just so you're not tempted to, go back, I guess, and you're like, oh, maybe it'll be unlocked now. No.
Well, it's helpful to say the least.
And the last style of camp is the Top Dog camp, which I really like doing because they give you new paint jobs for your car. And there's obviously one super strong enemy at the very end that you have to kill, plus all the minions on your way there.
I mean, I don't know how you're not a fan of this beautiful rust color.
Gotta kill the guy and take out the tower, just in case.
Always gotta make sure.
I was like, should I run these over? No, that would be a dick move.
Just want a little bit of water.
Yeah, but this is the wasteland. They should know by now that water's scarce.
It's true.
So this is still... Gutgash's territory is still mostly stuff that used to be underwater. There's a few things like the blades there that were above water. But the jaw, which is the thing that we are doing all this to get through so we can get to Gastown, is basically the divide between parts that were underwater and parts that were above water. Because if you'll remember, a while back we had to go climb this thing and break out the binoculars so we could look at the jaw. Talk about
the balloons.
Yeah, what am I even doing? Oh. That's the camp, so I'm trying to scout it out. And fail.
That was a really well placed shot right between the legs.
This pissed me off a lot. Because it would lock on and stuff, and it's like, I'm above the terrain, damn it, game.
It's got that one little set of pixels that are just slightly above the collision detection.
And so
all it's doing is hitting the side of the mountain.
I was mad and used up all my sniper ammo because I was like, come on, one of these has to work. And then, of course, I also get attacked because why? And somehow that guy can still shoot me. And then use up all my shotgun ammo blowing people up. So we're going into this with, I think, 1 shiv. I think that's it. I think that's all we got.
Man, down to the bare essentials. Just going Russell Crowe style, fighting around the world.
And I can't drive.
Car's on fire, you have no ammo.
When I do all the personalization myself, I always make sure my hood ornaments are the ones that improve handling. So each hood ornament improves a certain aspect of your car. You can get ones that improve like top speed or acceleration or handling. And I always get handling ones because they just make it so much easier to drive around and not do stupid things.
Yeah, that seems like it'd be a priority.
So that's my personal choice. But as of right now, I don't have any of those. Because to get those, you have to beat convoys. And to beat convoys, you have to be able to have scrap and buy a car that doesn't suck.
Yeah, scrap seems to be the limiting factor in a lot of things.
Oh, and we're out of shivs now too, I guess.
It's gonna be a rough day.
Just take care of all of that right off the bat.
Talk about a rough day at work.
No worries. So these are the transfer tanks. You can shoot them with a shotgun. You can... The main way is there's... Usually in the transfer camps, there's lots of gas barrels lying around. So you can just grab those and blow them all up.
Gas cans that could be used for actual gas purposes.
Yeah, for, post-apocalyptic, oh my god, we have to have gas and oil.
Let's just burn it.
Oh, and I don't have any shotgun shells, so I can't kill the Warcry. So you'll get to see what Warcry dudes look like here in a second. I do like that they give you at least a little bit of time to go around and kill him before it fully activates.
Yeah.
So now everybody's buffed. They attack faster, they attack more often, and it throws off your parry timing because the attacks come faster. You have a smaller window to perfect parry and a smaller window to parry in general.
And so far, you've done a fair decent job of getting the parries going. But,
yeah, I remember this fight going a lot worse than apparently it did. I remember just being like, wow, I'm doing awful right now. But apparently that went fairly well.
yeah, you parried the guy with the weapon every single time, which, if you're gonna parry, that'd probably be the guy to do it.
It is funny, if you leave the Warcriers alive after you kill everyone else, they'll start like asking you if you need a Warcrier and talk about like their experience and stuff Warcrying. And it's pretty funny. Because they're just like, hey, how's it going? Please don't kill me. But when you drop them, they do give really, really well.
That's pretty nice. There's an awful lot of heckling going on from that work riot, too.
That's the job, is to pump everybody up.
And he does it well. I mean, he clearly earned that position.
I always just kind of assumed it was a guy that was like the worst at fighting. They're like, we're just going to hang you up by a string and give you some drums, and we'll call it a day.
Get your dinky D's.
Yeah, as you can see, there's achievements for that. There's achievements for eating there's achievements for frickin' everything in this game. Nice part is most of them you can get by just playing the game. I think you get enough to fully level up by basically just playing the game. You know, kill a certain number of enemies, kill certain enemies this way, that way. Some of them are really incredibly specific, though. Like, be driving this specific Archangel and do this specific task with this specific weather condition. It's like, no thank you, game.
I honestly thought you were going for the over the fence there, and it just did not work out at all in your favor.
No, they explode when you get them close.
Yeah, they're fairly generous with their explosions.
And if
That's
you
not
get hit,
going to
you drop.
happen.
Yeah, so. It's like, all right, this is fine. Let's get another one. So they respawn. Most of them are programmed to respawn once you pick them up. So if stuff like that happens, you're not running around trying to find a new one for 10 minutes.
That's kind of... Plus, I mean, you know, if you need some for the car, you can always just grab it on the way out.
Yeah. So things like that, you know, nice quality of life sort of things. Yeah, even though there are 4 tanks there, that only counts as 1 set of objectives, because this game hates you.
Apparently so. You get to blow up 11 of them, so 44 tanks you're blowing up here.
Yes.
It's a bit out of control.
And there's an achievement for destroying red barrels, so of course, gotta have some fun.
Yeah, they seem to make that really obvious that you were meant to blow that up.
Yeah, so anything red, it's like the yellow. Anything red is designed to explode when you shoot it. Basically.
Pretty convenient.
So it's, with the exception of stuff like the red pile in the corner there, it works out well as far as, hey, here's some red things, you can shoot it if you want and blow it up.
That's nice. I do like that they have multiple shiv finishers. It's not the same one every time.
Yeah, so I spent 3 minutes running around this camp trying to figure out where the rest of these were, forgetting that there is a lower level. So I spent literally like 3 or 4 minutes just like rubbing my face on walls trying to figure out the way down.
Just getting super frustrated.
Yeah, so I cut all that out. No one needs to see that. It's just bad.
There's a lot of cursing involved, really.
Yeah.
Just take a minute to get a drink.
Well, I was out of water, so water actually, you don't need it to live, but it does heal you, so it's an on-demand heal whenever you have water and aren't in combat.
Nice.
So always try and keep topped up, and there's an achievement for giving people water in the wasteland. So anytime you're driving around and you see them, it's a good idea to just stop. So we got a new enemy type that just run and jump at us.
The psychos.
Which, I hope I parry one, because you actually like catch them in midair. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Just throw them to the side.
Nice little flavor there.
I
And the German suplex.
I still think the suplex is my favorite part of
That was,
mode.
yeah, that was pretty nice.
So we're still a little low on skills here. We don't have a lot of options for killing enemies. It's mostly just punch them until they die. But eventually we'll get some more skills and get some more fun things we can do. I'll be trying to show them off as we go along more.
I mean, even so, the combat at the moment is not terrible. Like, it looks like it's a lot of fun.
It can be really frustrating just if you get your personal timing off on the parries. Because that's happened to me before, as I'm like I'll get off for whatever reason and I'll miss like every single parry for like a fight, and it's just infuriating. And it's not the game's fault, but I don't know why it's just particularly easy to do in this game.
I actually like this. This is nice. It's not too bright. A little bit of atmosphere.
So this will become more and more common as we go through, is like these giant like cave complexes with giant bases on top of them and stuff as the camps get more and more difficult. So the first camps we did were all like level 1 camps. This is a level 3 camp and it goes all the way up to 5. And some of the 5 ones are like, hey, kill these 40 or 50 elite enemies.
So we're looking at some massive structures here.
Yeah, these guys have been here a long time. I mean, there's the rest of the underground stuff.
I really feel like rather than walking across that plank, we could have done something a little bit more exciting and jumped on the swinging cage.
A little more parkour.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm down for that, but unfortunately, you know, game mechanics being what they are.
Always trying to hold us back. Man, this is actually kind of tedious, trying to find all of these.
So I was
these
hopeful
barrels.
I could throw that to the other side and just go pick it up later, but nope, not to be. It's not bad. This particular one, the hard part for me was since I didn't have any shotgun ammo, I had to find gas cans for literally everything.
Yeah, that would have sped things up quite a bit.
Because you can just straight up shoot the tanks with your gun and they'll explode, because physics.
Okay. If you've seen a redneck anywhere, you've seen them shooting a propane tank. I imagine this is similar.
Like, these are even more volatile than that. These are just, like, raw crude.
Let's say you get the good explosion.
And, of course, you know, gotta have things hidden behind, you know, the opposite direction behind stuff, because video games.
Oh, yeah. Really get a handful of those maggots, too.
He gets, like, such a big handful, and he's just like, I don't care if they just all spill down my shirt. It's fine. Just, you know.
I'd imagine that'd be the worst part of maggot eating, just thinking that they're crawling all over you afterwards.
Needs a damn bib to eat his maggots.
Quite a bit of insignias here, 3 of them.
Yeah, some of the insignias, too, get really, really difficult to find later on. Like, you have to, like, run through a doorway and, like, turn around and look up behind you. Some of the camps I end up, like, going through one way, and then I have to, like, turn around and go through the complete opposite direction to find all the crap.
They're crafty.
So it's like, oh, hey, here's those tanks I couldn't destroy earlier. I'll just chuck a gas can on top of it, and we'll be good to go. Right? Right? Nope. That was what made me so mad. I was like, oh my god. What the hell, game? Why does a gas can bounce that much? Like, why
Especially for, like an empty one, I'll give you, you know, might have a little bit of bounce to it, but you've got one that's got some oil in it, that's not going to bounce.
And that, of course, is a gas can location that doesn't respawn.
Wow.
So, yeah. I was mad. I was mad at video games.
At this point, you should be. You had 2 transfer tanks right there, 2 sets. That would have been perfect, you know, if that respawned.
I'm just really kicking myself for wasting all of my shotgun shells for a stupid fight that I really didn't need to take. As I run around lugging gas cans every which way. But yeah, that's why ammo belt upgrades are so important. As soon as you can, if you're playing this yourself, as soon as you can upgrade your ammo belt, do so. Every time.
You've really sold that one with this episode. Because this seems super tedious, trying to walk around, find a can, take it over here. And I can only imagine it just gets worse in other areas, you know, when you get to the higher distances.
Usually, it's about the same. I was like, oh, you know, I'm going to show off all these different kinds of camps and stuff, and I did this one, and I was like, maybe not the oil transfer camps. Maybe, you know, do something else. So we went and finished it out, got the rest of the scrap. Most of it was upstairs, and there was a scrapulent, so I stole it. And I didn't have any shotgun shells, so it was a really tedious drive back.
760 scrap, you're rolling in it, though.
Yes. And on the way back, I also got a new vehicle shell. Because it was on the way. And I had to stop to fight off some guys anyway. So...
Well, if you're in the area, you might as well.
What am I even doing?
You got the Leatherface down there.
I'm so confused at my past self.
Oil well project ready to be built. That seems promising.
Yeah, and we're just going to go back to Jeets. We've made that drive before, literally earlier in this video, so... We're going to build some projects at Jeets, because Jeet's a cool dude, and he deserves to have a cool base.
Well, I mean, the second you step back in, he's heckling.
But he also has a side quest for us.
Start off. Bet you need to keep her filled with a steady diet of primo ammunition, huh?
Always need ammo. Keep talking.
There's something brewing out there. War boys from Gastown are tightening the noose fierce-like. I hear their leader Scrotus got his gumballs sawed up by some wild deuce. This land is about to be scorched by Gastown wrath. Our weapons won't do. I need powder. Black, deadly, and smoky.
Like that's the other
That's where I
adjective.
come in, huh?
Now, listen. One of my people was taken by
Black and deadly, but also really smoky. Make sure you make it with, like,
sprang
you know,
himself back here.
real bad.
Told me a prisoner there knows the recipe for black.
Well, yeah.
You
You definitely don't want to be second-handing that smoky powder.
and talkative, and he tells me the specs for cooking up the powder.
That his deal is awesome. He's like, hey, go get me this guy who knows how to make powder, and I'll just make sure you have ammo forever.
That's pretty nice.
Which I feel like is a pretty good deal.
There.
It's a solid perk.
Mark their hideout.
I mean, I don't know much about the post-apocalyptic barter economy, but that seems solid to me.
Well, ammo would probably be up there. I'd imagine there'd be a lot of piracy.
Like, go get this one guy for me, and I'll give you all the ammo you want.
It's a bit of a drive.
Oh, it's not that bad. We'll be there in no time.
I'd wager
And I think there's some scarecrows on the way, probably still.
Jackpot. Now, Jeet's territory, you got that down to a 3.
Yes. So they all start at 5, and you can take them all the way down to 0.
Well, you're basically there at this point.
Yeah. Camps take it down usually about like half a point total. And then everything else to take it down, I don't know, maybe like a tenth or a quarter. I don't know exactly the ratio, but substantially less than the camps. So the camps are really where the money is as far as both they will generate scrap for you as you go along, and they will reduce threat a lot faster.
But those you have to have missions for, yeah?
Camps you can do anytime. The strongholds, where we are friendly to, you have to have missions for. But the camps are just the things that we go and kill everybody in and destroy oil tanks or destroy oil pumps or whatever.
I got you. So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking of the camps.
This hideout.
Yeah, so what we just came from was the
can you
camp.
tell me
I don't know.
I guess actually technically we just came... Anyway, the big thing where I got mad at video games was the
Better
camp.
find the right one.
But now that you've cleared that out, you got a scrap generating resource.
Yes.
Seems kind of nice.
Yeah, once you get a couple camps going, then you can spend some time just like dicking around or whatever and get a decent amount of resources going just through the camp generation. And
This seems like
Chum's an asshole. I'm mashing the harpoon button that whole time, and Chum's just like, nope.
he was thinking of another Archangel design.
I'm not
You can't fault the guy. You got him riding in the back of your car. He's got to do something.
That's where he wants to ride. He hasn't ever put a passenger seat in.
I'll be watching.
I mean, he's the one in charge of this car. He could put a seat in, but no,
He just wants to ride like a madman.
I guess. On the right side, we did pick up one shotgun shell, so just in case we need it,
Outstanding.
we got it covered. So as I was going through here, I realized I'd actually come and loot this area earlier before it was a quest. So, but since, new quest, everyone respawns, all that fun stuff.
Awesome.
But I don't have to spend my time running around looking for loot, so...
I do really appreciate the games that'll auto finish the quests for you if you've already gone and cleared it.
Well, see, this one, like, I understand that and get what you're saying, but this one actually kind of makes sense for the quest to not happen until you need it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because this guy is a slave, and these people have a couple different camps around, so who knows when they brought him to this particular camp.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Like, there's at least a decent in-game reason why I wouldn't do it. Oh, the melee weapons are really satisfying.
I mean, they seem it, too.
Although, I don't see the best weapon until next video. So we'll just leave it there. but it's pretty great. I do like, too, one of the melee weapons you can get is a giant wrench. Just like straight up like a 4-foot-long wrench that you just beat the crap out of people with.
It seems so impractical and yet
so
completely worth.
There are also bear traps, which don't do much except just straight up hurt you. You can't like dodge them, like roll over them or anything to avoid trigger them. You just have to slow down and walk around them.
There's no time for slowing down. Sometimes you gotta take that damage and walk through.
Take that damage to save time.
Exactly. Hopefully get a little bit of boost from it.
No, I'm pretty sure it knocks you back away from the direction we're going. Because this game hates you.
Why would you have damage in a game if you can't boost off? I've got some developers to talk to about this.
And I like
overall, I would say that the combat is pretty satisfying. Like, I thought it was just going to be some sort of similar to Assassin's Creed, the first one, where it was just parry, counter, but this seems, I don't know, this seems a little bit nicer, a little bit more fluid.
There are several enemies, not at this stage, but as we get further along, that you have to dodge, you can't just counter. And
we've seen a few of those.
That will block your regular attacks, but they'll throw in like guys who will block regular light attacks versus guys that will dodge regular attacks, all in one big group together.
So they're keeping you on your toes.
You have to kind of manage it. We'll see it more when we do our first stank gum camp, because that's where you see a lot of the elite enemies combined together.
I heard tell there's one who knows how to cook powder here.
And if I was that one?
I'd get you out of here.
Yeah, this guy likes cooking powder so much he blew off his own arm.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, it's a give and take business, powder cooking.
They call me Blaskap. Hail from the Bullet Farm.
And I don't know if we talked about it previously, but to use the pry bar, you actually have to buy it in the upgrade menu.
Get yourself to Jason.
So, if you manage to get here without the pry bar,
Righto. I'm going now.
like, what do you do? You just like...
It costs you 50 scrap to buy. So
okay,
hopefully
so not the worst.
You have 50 scrap or can loot it on the way. And if not, I guess you just wait around and hope your camps give you scrap soon enough, or you go do something else and come back and save him.
Hopefully nobody respawns on the way.
I mean, almost every time... I mean, I've played through this game twice now, and every time I've gotten here, I've already had the pry bar just because you find other doors and some looting locations and stuff that need them. So,
Just seems like a good tool to have.
yeah, I don't know why it's the only tool you have to buy, but it is. So, it seems like they were going to go some direction with that and with the other tools or something, maybe like where you could upgrade your tools, or I don't know, and just kind of ran out of time. But no, and our reward is this lovely vista.
Of the burning scarecrow.
And the really cool moon.
Good blood moon.
And then I spent 3 minutes running around trying to get the car because the stupid flare gun wouldn't work. So
Chum was just not having it. He wasn't bringing it back. You've ruined it too many times.
So I think I haven't really tested it out because I don't use the flare gun a whole lot. But anytime you're in an actual camp, you can't use your flare gun to summon Chum. So you have to like be out of the official bounds of the camp.
I always enjoy that kind of gameplay because there's times when it seems like you're in the area and you're just mashing that button, but it's not having a bar of it, but you walk to another area that looks, like you would never be able to use it. Perfect. Every time.
So I guess we're going to go do a Stank Gum Legion camp right now, on the way back. Because it's on the way, and I've been talking about it.
Always a plus. You've got the purple, so...
Yeah. I do like just like ridiculous over-the-top color scheme.
Purple and teal.
Yeah. Because anytime you see it, you know who you're fighting.
Well, you're a badass when you've decided purple and teal is the way you're going to go.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if you've committed to the that color choice, you know you're pretty confident in yourself.
It's either that or you've got to like scrapping. Because I can't imagine there are a lot of individuals in the Wasteland that are not going to make fun of it.
So, you know, the no jump thing is fine until you do this. And clip through railings trying to fight someone.
But at least a fall like that just gave you the stun. Like the very slow walk. Whereas in Witcher 3, that's a death fall right there.
That is true. So notice our main objective is fighters, so the only thing we have to do here is just kill off all the dudes. All the important dudes.
Pretty easy peasy, no worries on that one.
There's a few minions, but they're mostly... So they're basically the elite enemies that have either will block regular attacks or will dodge regular attacks and have some special attacks of their own. And they are also brightly colored.
So you know which one you gotta...
Yeah, they're all painted in colors, so you know. Oh, and I guess we got an encounter at some point in here where if I get a perfect parry, I stun them.
It's pretty nice. Getting punched while you're getting ready to do a shiv finisher, not as nice.
Yeah, these are a lot better test of your combat skills than just regular camps. I like that too. Big swing and a miss, and then you just kind of tap him. He goes down.
It's basically rope-a-dope tactics there. Get beat on and then go for the haymaker after a big miss.
So there are 3 kinds of doors, and they're all clearly marked as to what it takes to get through them. Which is nice, but if you walk up to them, it'll also tell you what you have to do.
That's pretty nice.
So once you get used to what you're looking for... Yeah, people are just leaving, like, open cans of dog food everywhere. And we have yet to see any dog besides the one that we have. I feel like there's some weird, like, Dinky D advertising conspiracy going on or something. Viral marketing. For when when society rebuilds itself, everyone will just go back to Dinky D without thinking about it, just because they're so used to seeing it everywhere.
Just no problem at all. It's a smooth transition back to the Ds. Plus, it's fun to say.
So, always top off your water if it's not full and there's a water thing around. If you're playing this game yourself, because why would you not make sure you're topped up on resources?
I mean, that just makes sense. That's Wasteland Survival 101.
Yep, and I do like, too, that this one's we're in kind of the underwater area, but this is a big set of planes that's crashed, and so they've salvaged all these plane parts to make their sweet base out of.
They've done it well, too. This looks particularly precarious here. I don't know who this blue cat is, but you've got a couple of the orange ones, who I assume are stronger than the purple ones. The dichotomy of the color scheme has not been made clear yet.
So the blue ones are grapplers. So when they do the charge attack that you can't block, that one, they'll just grab you. And while they have a hold of you, you can't parry or anything, and people will beat on you. And it's a mash to get out, which hopefully if you get grabbed sooner, you can mash before anyone gets too many hits in on you.
Okay. 41 combat streak there. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, I had a pretty good time dodging all the... Because if you miss a parry, you break it. If you swing and don't hit, I don't think you actually break it. But like I say, if you miss a parry, you lose all of it. So it turns out I couldn't finish this because that insignia there in the plane, you can only get 2 with a shotgun shot. And guess what I don't have?
You are really falling behind with the shotgun shells here.
Yeah, I am like, I need to level up as soon as I possibly can so I can buy more ammo belt upgrades. Some more shotgun shells. Shotgun shells all day.
That seems like that should be number one priority for you at the moment. Because anytime you need one,
I've just been out.
yeah.
Unfortunately, all of Max's upgrade skills are based on your legend rank, so you have to do all of these little legend quests things to be able to do that.
I will say though, they have been pretty liberal with the leveling of the legend. Because there was when you were in the last cave, you went through at least 2 or 3 wasteland levels.
Yeah, that's true. Like I say, a lot of them you'll just get. And I was like, oh god, I can't do this right now. I don't have any shotguns. Let's just get out of here.
So far, you're not doing the worst.
Or not? Did I decide to do this for realsies?
It looks like you're going for it.
Did I just like forget I was out of shotgun shells? Maybe.
You must be. I will say this though, for having that level 3 hook, you have yet to grab a type.
Yeah, there we go. I was like, oh wait, I don't have any shotgun shells. I can't do anything here. Never mind. We're just gonna get a scarecrow and go back to Keats. But yeah, so convoys you really have to be like fully equipped to take on. As you can see.
Yeah, without proper equipment, that looked like it was going to be a bit of a nightmare. And I thought at the beginning you had taken those 2 cars out, no problem. You know, you had the convoy and 2 others to go, but no.
So I think a lot of those guys had armored tires, which require a level 4 harpoon to pull off. Because
and as soon as you get the level 3, as soon as you get the level 3 and think you can start doing stuff, they throw a level 4 at you.
Like the only ones you can pull off, I think, at level 3 are the like super basic, where it's just like a buggy with a gas can on the back.
So Chum's car basically is who we're pulling tires off.
Yeah, so I got that achievement because I guess I beat 12 enemies and never took any damage, and then so when I took damage from the jump landing, it gave me the achievement.
Well, alright.
Which I thought was really funny. It was like, okay, I guess that makes sense. It just keeps track of your enemies until you take damage, and if it's over a certain threshold when you take damage, it counts.
I just thought it was a weird bugged achievement, but alright. That explanation is better than, any other one.
Well, I think it's just because the way there's like an achievement for beating like 3 enemies without taking damage, and then 6, and then 9.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then 12, and I think the highest level is 15, and once it hits 15, it becomes repeatable.
That's not bad.
So I think just the way they coded it to make it easier for that, it was just, how many enemies have you been since you've taken damage last? Okay, is it greater than this number? Congrats, here's your Chivo. At least that's what I'm going to go with.
I would go with that as well.
So we're going to build up some projects for Jeet. Because like I say, he's a cool dude, and he deserves a better home than this.
Not to mention free ammo.
Well, yeah, I mean, we get stuff out of it too, but Jeet's a cool dude, so.
If you know anything about Mad Max, he's big on his deals.
That he is. So now that we got a guy to actually make him stuff, he wants us to go get all the makings. Because of course he does.
This is a textbook if you give a mouse a cookie kind of thing. I feel like we're going down a rabbit hole.
You gotta find sulfur and Pete.
No. I bring you the prisoner. You get me ammo.
See?
The
there it is.
Take these. It's all I got. Need more? You get me more sulfur.
On the bright side, with the in-game mechanics, the armory project is built here now. So now anytime we come to Jeet Stronghold, our ammo will get refilled.
I'll mark anything off.
That's pretty nice.
Flares.
Which is actually very nice.
Survey crew.
Yep, so survey crews will mark all the scavenging locations. Scrap crew, which is the one we just passed, will collect scrap while you're offline.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it does it fairly slow, and it has a relatively low cap, but it does just... Basically, any extra scrap income helps, and it's free to build, so once you collect the parts.
That's not bad. It's based on your offline time.
Yeah.
It looks like somebody's setting their computer time ahead. 7 years.
It has a cap after about 3 or 4 days.
I thought of everything.
But so we're going to build up a few projects, and as we build projects, cheats improves. You get some more people, they start doing more work on making the place look a little better.
Strongly improved.
You can see they're starting to build some rooms or stuff down there.
I mean, it's no 5-star yet, but it's on its way. It's up and coming.
They're working on it. So we built the maggot farm, which just does our health. This is the cleanup crew, which if we destroy a vehicle, they will automatically collect the scrap for us, so we don't have to jump out and do it ourselves.
Now that's jackpot right there.
Yeah, which is a huge time saver.
Model of efficiency.
So yeah, that's it for now. Since we finally cleared out that camp for Gutgash, I guess we'll go talk to him next.